long and straight.
That's how you do it. Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Almost. Wow. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just a couple of feet. Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Here we are at the 18th at Banff Springs, 578-yard par 5. Frank, did you like to finish a round with a par 5?
Certainly if I could birdie it, that's for sure. And there's a good chance here at 18 you can, but there's bunkers galore. They're all in play for various standards of play. But the reward is if you can pump one down the middle of the fairway there, and then you reduce this par 5 to simply a drive and an iron.
He has just hammered this drive here at the 18th, and now he is in a really good position to make a birdie here on the final hole. Frank, this is a pretty important shot. Second here to the par 5 18th.
That's a great tee shot now. The opportunity in front is, well, it's delightful, really. A good second shot here. Chance for eagle. Well, that's the best that was going to be on the fringe.
Not too bad. Playing his third here at the par 5.
見えてるよイコール。
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. And getting ready for the putt.
Sneaking into contention here. That birdie.
Top 15 now on the leaderboard. Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now.
さすがですね、ビートワン。
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Today, it's live second round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Well, look at this hole, Frank. A par 3, 192 yards. It is beautiful.
It's called Devil's Cauldron, but with that lake, I think that should cool you down, not heat you up. Just keep an eye on that drop of elevation. For every 10 yards, you should reduce it by a club. So it's going to play some 50, 60 feet downhill.
This one has a chance to be close. Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Frank going for another birdie here.
Just to get on a real roll.
Well, at last, a birdie. Well, again, Frank, we get that good mix of holes here. We've had a couple of par 3s, a short par 5, and that opening par 4. Now at the fifth hole, 424-yard par 4.
The first bunker on the right, not really in play for the good players. Just be a little cognizant of that one on the left side, depending on what club you want to hit off the tee. Ideally, that line is the third bunker, the one in the distance. That's a good line off the tee here.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Frank, there's a real art to putting a good score on the board, isn't there?
Yeah, that's why stroke play is so tough, Rich. You're trying to minimize everything on a golf course, turn a 6 into a 5 or a 4 into a 3. It's like even off the edge of a green, trying to get up and down in 2 rather than 3. And you've got to do it for 18 straight holes. If it's a 72-hole tournament, then you've got to do it for 4 straight days. And that's why that's always been the best predictor of our best players, the ones that can go 4 days and make the least number of mistakes.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, that is an exceptional shot on the green and in position for a birdie.
Yeah, it's a formality now.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Frank, as we arrive here at the par 4 6th hole, reasonably short at 373 yards, a lot of golfers arrive at a hole like this and they'll think, well, I'm just going to blast it away because it's such a short 4. You think these kinds of holes require a little more thinking?
They certainly do, Rich. If you can't drive it to the front edge of the green, there's no point really trying to hit it through that narrow neck. You can just sort of knock a 3-wood down there or something that's going to give you a decent yardage where you can at least spin that second shot. If you can guarantee that ball's going to stop when it lands, it's going to be much easier than trying to fashion some sort of pitch and run. Oh, it's fine.
Frank, the beauty of golf, we're not playing inside a dome with no wind. You have to be able to handle the elements.
You do, and that's really where the better player comes through. On a day like today, anything around par is going to be a good score, so just adjust your own mental par.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Settles in over the putt.
How did that not go in? Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Clean this up with a tap. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady. Well, Frank, this is the longest hole on the golf course, 602 yards, obviously a par 5, though guys like Rory have to be thinking about making an easy 4, getting home in 2.
Yeah, you referenced it. Longest hole on the golf course. Yet Rory McIlroy still reached it in 2. Tom Weiskopf was one of my idols growing up. I loved the way he swung. That swing right there reminds me of my idol.
It looks like Rory McIlroy, Frank, sticking the follow-through. Now the second shot to the par 5.
That's an absolute beauty.
All right, Frank, it'd be fun to watch the players have a go at this second shot here at the par 5 7th.
Yeah, this green is well protected left and right by those bunkers, but thread the needle and, well, you might just nick yourself another birdie or an eagle.
Nice.
That is impressive. Hit every single green in regulation today. Well done. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Oh, you hate to miss from that distance. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole on the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Frank, what happened there on the approach?
It was a poor decision. And let's see now. Got to think this one out a little bit better than that second shot. See if you can get it up and down.
Maria さん日本語点よ。
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Locked in on the read and the speed. Come on, you have to make that, don't you? Drop shot here at the 8th. So they'll tap in. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
So we'll round out the front side here at Banff Springs with a par 5 and reasonably short at only 501 yards.
So very reachable because of that yardage that you just referenced. Hole bends a little bit to the right. You can favour the left side with a tee shot. It's just going to make that angle on the second a little bit easier.
Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze.
I'm loving that balance. Long and straight.
That's how you do it. That ball's run out certainly over 300 yards, Frank. Call it about 310. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Nice shot.
Appears to be tracking well. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Not a gimme, but well within his range. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Starting to make a nice move. Birdie and 4 under par for the tournament. That concludes the second round here at this amazing golf course. And Frank, I'm really looking forward to tomorrow.
I certainly am as well. The players have gotten off to a very good start, and they must have a good feel for the course right now and know what they have to do in order to win.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Today it's live third round coverage of the Alberta Classic. Good looking shot right here. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look.
Second shot.
Excellent read for birdie to move to 5 under for the tournament. Frank, what's the key here at the 5th hole? It's par 4, 424 yards.
The first real
Nice.
stringent tee shot of the day. 3 bunkers, first one not really in play. That third one in the distance, unless you're someone like a Bubba Watson, you should be able to aim at that and not reach it.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it.
Good contact, good result. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Set now for the second shot, par 4, 5th.
Just be aware of where the flag is. If it's cut in that front section, you definitely want to carry the front of the green. Hole is a little more difficult when they start to push that flag in the back left. You can see it narrow up there.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. This for another birdie on this hole on the week. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
惜しい。
Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par. Now at the 6th hole here at Banff Springs, it's a short par 4, only 373 yards, and the short par 4, Frank, all the rage in golf course architecture these days.
A lot more strategy involved when you've got a hole that you can nearly reach with a tee shot. It's how far back do you leave it, what sort of distance you want that second shot. All those things to compute. Straightforward, a little bit uphill. Basically, it's what you want for your second
や
shot.
らかしたね。
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up, it's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Second shot now to the 6th, Frank, to this slightly elevated green.
Which changes the optics, Rich, coming in here. You know, you'd think you'd want to hit a nice, high, lofted shot, but because that green's pitched up, you still skip one in there a little low, if you choose to.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday, and another opportunity on the way. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. My goodness, what does a guy have to do to make a putt out here? That's the idea. Just knock it in. Now to the second par 5 on this opening 9. Frank, this is a pretty long hole, 602 yards.
Well, it's called hoodoo. Do you know what hoodoo means? It means bad luck, actually, so you don't really want to be thinking about that on this tee shot. 602 yards if you belt one off the tee. He's gone for a little extra.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil.
Smoked that one.
That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that
That one
without a
is your
tailbone.
name.
Surely that breeze had to help there.
スーパーショット。
Down, little Sheba. Down!
That was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Generate some momentum here at the 7th hole. This for birdie. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no doubt it feels good. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water. Frank, only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
But distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
This is like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Par yesterday. Now for birdie.
Great too.
Beautiful. Just love the variety here on the front side, Frank, coming off that short par 3 8th. Now we go to another par 5 to round out the side, 501 yards.
And the third par 5. Interesting front 9 here. 3 par 5s, 3 par 3s and 3 par 4s. This one not the longest par 5, but still reachable. This one you have to be a little bit careful though. This is probably the toughest driving hole on the front 9 with regard to par 5s.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
This has really been a good bounce-back round. Slow at the start, now they're picking up some speed. Frankie could make eagle right here with a really good approach shot.
Yeah, well within his reach, too. And, Rich, if we just sit back and relax here, I think we're going to see perhaps a very good look at eagle coming up.
Oh, it looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Bogey here yesterday. Chance to better that today. This can be a cruel game at times. Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Putt for par. He needs one.
0アンダーバー0。
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Don't forget the final round comes your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, so long for now. This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Today, it's the final round of the Alberta Classic. Frank, this par 4 14th hole at about 440 yards will test you all the way up to that green, won't it?
It certainly will. It just looks like you should bash it over those bunkers down the left side, but the green pitches from left to right. So the best access is actually down the right side, coming in from that sort of right line. So don't be fooled here.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Wheat さんに応援を。
Safely on deck.
I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
So they'll tap in.
Oh.
Just continuing to play some really good golf. 8 under par for the championship. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
Uh-oh, this one's going left, Frank. And he pays the price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. And you need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
さすがです。
Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
don't leave it short. Wow. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. In for par. Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favour a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it.
Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. I'm thinking about 90 yards from here. Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards, a par 4 that is, you know you're going to get a short on your eye. You know you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front. So it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier.
Good contact, good result. That is massive off the tee.
Meters, yards, I don't care how you measure that. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Now his third, staring right at the green.
Yara kachita ne.
Frank, over the course of the last 15 years or so, there have been a number of initiatives within the game of golf just to try to grow the sport.
Yeah, we've seen the PGA Junior League, which is a series of competitions, obviously for juniors to play. But the first tee really is worldwide now, just to try and introduce players from all over the world into the game of golf. They're introduced with club professionals. They learn skills that are essential really to play the game of golf. But in 2014 was a real step, what I think, in the right direction to showcase the junior talent around the world with the drive, chip and putt, where you actually get a chance to play the drive, chip and putt final at Augusta National, the home of the Masters.
Imagine young kids, boys and girls, 8 years old, 11 years old, being able to go home and tell their friends, tell their families, hey, I have something in common with Jack Nicklaus, with Arnold Palmer, with Phil Mickelson, with Tiger Woods. I won at Augusta National Golf Club.
I'm loving that balance.
Excellent drive, Frank, right where you want to be. Now the second shot to the par 5. And a chance for eagle after that perfectly played shot. And getting ready for the putt. You can't leave an eagle putt short.
Now listen, anytime I left it short, I didn't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody you left it short.
All right, I won't say anything. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Frank, we haven't seen a whole lot of that, but no
アット
doubt
マー
it
ク、ア
feels
ンダー
good.
バーアットマーク。
Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
Well, I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf. And it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, so seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.